Okay, everyone. I'm here with a friend of mine. He studied at the University of Pamplona, and I basically wanted to do this interview to know a little bit about um, the field of mechatronic engineering, and especially for people who just finished their studies. And yeah, I'm here with Andres. Andres, I want you to do a short introduction about you.
Hi everyone. Um, Hello everyone. My name is Andres, and I'm here to talk about my experience in my job. My job is in maintenance of machines of X-ray. That in the airports, for example, the machines scan the bags and tell us is if the bag have an suspect material or suspect explosive or something that is dangerous.
Could you tell us how was that first day on work in your work? How could you describe that first time at work, your first day?
Well, my first day is very simple because I only read manuals. That's all. Only read manuals and waiting for my graduation, and that's all.
I would like to know um, what fields of the mechatronic engineering um, do you think is raising up over others over others knowledge? So taking into account that you have been just 1 year, but I think that you can tell us what do you think it is important to keep in mind while we are studying still at university.
Well, in Colombia, I think that important fields are automation, artificial intelligence, and maintenance. That I think that is very important. Principally, the the automation. Now, the artificial intelligence is a really interesting field because it's grow up in Colombia. So I think people should study now that in our country is not too necessary, but in the future that will be.
So okay, what is the best part of being an engineer here in Colombia that you think is from your experience? What is the best thing you consider that is um, in that order, and also one thing that you really don't like, and that you really want to improve that. So what is those two things?
Well, I think the best part of being an engineer and have a job is the independent part because you have your own money and you have your own money and you can buy gifts to people that you want to you love. um, I don't know, I think the best part is that, and obviously is to learn other other things that in university you can understand because you don't have the machines in university, or well, in our university we don't have machines to practice that knowledge that or well, like for example, the programmation of computers in Linux, or the electronic in computers, or the electronic in process more complex. I don't know how to say, because I can't I can tell about the machines because it's illegal. But well, you can practice with the machines. And I think the most difficult part in my job is to understand that you have a compromise with the company and with your family because they need you and in the economic part and in the feelings obviously. And I think it's I think that is the best part because you grow up with that concept in your mind.
Next question, that I think is important, and I think is the purpose of this interview, is the the piece of advice you have that you really think, okay, that I think I I didn't have in mind when I started, or I had, if I would have known this, I would do differently, and that is basically that I want you to share here with us.
Okay, now in academics, I always thinking that the most important that you have to do is learning all that you want to learn. So, for example, if you want to learn about artificial intelligence, so you need to practice the artificial intelligence, not only that the university tell you that you should do. So, I think in academics the most important is the autodidactic person because you can learn too much that the only university teach you. And in jobs that is very important. It's not the average, is the knowledge that you can, because they don't want to know that is your average is good or is not, because that is only a number and that number doesn't necessarily tell that you are very good professional. Professional mm, is not a number only, is that all the capabilities that you have.
Okay, Andres, thank you so much for your time, for taking your time to have this interview, and it's very kind of you. And I hope to start in contact with you, or for future interviews. And yes.
And thank you, Ruben, to this interview. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry if I don't tell too much of the jobs in Colombia because I only have 1 year of experience, but I really try to share my knowledge with well, all of you. Thank you, everyone.